I said that's got to feel good because it's the first time you sang it since you sang it at the Grammys.
Yeah.
And so I mean, you explained, you tweeted out what happened, but let's talk about what happened.
Sound check was great, went really well. I was really excited. And then during the changeover in the ad break, the microphones fell onto the piano strings, which is what the guitar noise was. Some people thought it was Bieber rehearsing, but it wasn't him. We're on great terms. And then it just kind of put the whole thing off, really. And yeah.
Could you tell, when you were singing away?
I heard it straight away, and I wanted to turn, I knew what it was, because in rehearsal on the Saturday, they were like, we're going to double mic the piano just in case one of them doesn't work. And I knew where the mic was, and I wanted to turn around and lift it up, but I froze. But I actually felt like it went well. In the room, they actually sorted the problem, and I'm always a bit pitchy anyway, so I wasn't particularly... I am, it's emotion. It's emotion. When I'm flat and I'm sharp, I'm just emotional. But yeah, so it was fine, you know, whatever. And I wanted to tell everyone straight away because there seemed to be a lot of confusion as to what it was. Yeah. And I was embarrassed. I woke up the next morning to people in England being like, we still love you, don't worry. And I was like, I didn't ask you if you still loved me, but thanks. I was so embarrassed.
That is the worst feeling.
Worst.
When you're already going through questioning what happened and then people start trying to make you feel better and it only makes you feel worse.
Only makes you feel worse.
Yeah. Did you feel bad the next day?
Oh, yeah, I cried pretty much all day yesterday.
Wow. So finally you cried to your own song.
Well, the thing is, in fairness, I would have cried if it went really well as well. If it had been like a standout performance, I would have cried as well.
Oh,
I always cry.
See, well.
But yeah, I kept like spontaneously bursting into tears yesterday for no reason. But it was all right. I was fine.
Well, sometimes it feels good to cry and plus you had to have all that emotion pent up and everything. But so that's why it's so great you got to do that again right away because, you know, get back on the horse, as they say.
Yeah, and it wasn't too bad. I treated myself to a burger.
Oh, okay.
And a beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure you had a great night.
Oh, I did.
I'm sure you did. And this is really, first of all, I understand it. I think everybody, because you're so amazing and you sing and you're in front of a lot of people all the time, that it doesn't make you nervous, that you don't get stage fright.
I still do.
You still do?
More than ever, yeah.
More than in the beginning?
Yeah.
Because you feel more pressure because everyone just adores you and thinks, oh my God, it's Adele, and you feel pressure? Or...
Yeah, I just felt the more successful I get, the more pressure there is. Really.
Yeah, further to fall. Like, when you start out, nobody really knows you, and now...
Yeah, I don't feel like it could go that much worse than the Grammys, though, so I feel like I'm all right now. Anything that happens is like, dust it off.
And that wasn't bad either, because it really wasn't. It was, you could tell, watching it at home, it was the sound. If
it wasn't live TV, I would have busted a joke.
Yeah.
But because it was TV, that's why I couldn't make it my own.
Yeah,
I couldn't make the disaster my own.
I was going to say, did you want to stop and start over?
I know, next time I will.
Yeah.
Next time I have any sound issues, I am going to stop. I'm like, sorry, that's not working for me. If we have time to do it again, let's do it. Otherwise, bye.
Yeah. Well, I hope it happens. What has changed for you in your life? I mean, I can imagine but what is the hardest thing to deal with all this fame?
I think just having to be guarded sometimes, and I'm so mouthy. You know, I never really hold back how I feel or when I say it or who I say it to. And I feel like sometimes now when I walk into a room, everyone shuts up to hear what I have to say, even if I'm not saying something to them. I might be like whispering something about what happened the night before. But just that, but it's a very small price to pay. Yeah. Really, I don't really mind. I mean, there was a period when I had my kid where I didn't leave my house for a while. And then I asked, like, a fellow musician, he sort of said, how are you feeling? You're not becoming a recluse, are you? And I was like, no, but maybe. And he's like, if you're going to become a recluse, you need a big enough house to be a recluse in. And that was when I was like, no way, I'm not, and then I'm out. I was fine after that.
Because you didn't want to buy a bigger house.
No, but also I didn't want to, that mentality is not my thing. So.
Of course. And then that kid is growing up like the movie Room. That's not fair. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So he is how old?
He's 3.
3 years old.
He's having the best time. He's here today. And
is
he's having the best time.
What's he doing?
Right now he's at the Batman Museum and like he's been to the fire station here, he's been to the Warner Brothers shop. Honestly, he's having the best time.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He thinks I'm so cool when he comes to work with me and stuff like that happens.
Does he understand? I mean, is he musical? Is he singing yet?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I wouldn't. He's not a phenomenon, no.
Yeah. He's not musical in any way yet. Not a genius.
No, not yet. It's not a prodigy. No.
He will be though, don't you think?
Well, if he wants to be, I'll help him.
Yeah. So you took. I know you're very, very protective because you don't want people to see him. It's not his choice, and that's not fair for kids like that. So you go to Disneyland.
I had the best time there.
I
was dreading going. Like, I was really nervous about going.
You'd never gone to Disneyland
I'd
before?
never been, and my grandpa always wanted to take me. He died when I was 10, and he planned to take me when I was about 11 or 12, and he died before he took me. So when I arrived at the castle, I was like full on like welled up. I was really emotional, and just the whole thing, him believing and me believing that they were all real. Like, it was the innocence of it all was what was so magical. It was really. I cried when I met Belle because I was talking to my kid and then she started talking and I was like, oh my God. She sounded just like the character from the film and it freaked me out and I burst into tears. And yeah, and he met Anna and Elsa, who he loves and stuff like that.
That's great.